This is the panel.
Yes.
I'm the chairperson. I'll come and say by names. It's Commissioner Alex. Is our council. Commissioner
Tony Halls.
So we are going to take you through the vetting.
It's Commissioner
Tony Halls.
Tony Halls.
So we are taking you through the vetting. Feel free.
I'll be glad whatever will come.
Okay.
At least I brought some of those are some of what I brought. And those other was
National ID.
Membership card.
Membership card.
Good. National ID.
Okay, Mr. Sari Kudra.
Yes, please.
Sari Kudra.
Yes, I am.
Position.
Kampala Road Mayor. Kampala City Road Mayor.
Electoral area.
Kampala. Kawempe. South.
Parish.
Paris.
Yes.
Mulago 2. Kamocha. Mulago 2.
Village.
Mulago. Kifumbira.
Place of birth.
Mulago.
Place of residence.
Kamocha.
Membership card number is 172694. National ID
CM 84
84.
03
Yes.
001
Yes.
03 K8 QE.
K8
QE.
Expression of interest form is available.
Academic qualifications.
Senior 6.
Senior 6.
There's a bachelor's also.
Bachelor's. So
A diploma in business administration.
County.
accounting, but it's a diploma.
Diploma in business administration.
That's only what I've got.
You have more?
Probably.
Okay. Mr. Sari Kudra.
Yes, please.
With evidence, take us through when you joined the People Power and why.
People are very long because I aim for a change, a peaceful change.
When?
Tell us the year, the particular year that you joined.
It's like 1 year back.
That
In
is
December.
That's
I've been
20.
living in Kamocha. I'm a born of Kamocha. My grandfather is in Kamocha. So I've been knowing what is taking place here.
So we
Kudra,
are interested
which
in
year?
knowing the year.
That is 2019.
What activities have you been involved in since then? As adding on to the struggle.
Adding on the struggle. You know, as religious preachers, always our role is behind the curtain. You understand? You are like religious preachers and maybe the kabakas, your role is not direct. You understand? But when you are behind like this, maybe you are preaching or you are talking to 1, 2, 3 people, tell them what is actually is necessary to be done. Only and that is aimed at a peaceful change. Without bloodshed. I accept a change without bloodshed.
Mr. Udra,
Kudra. Yes, please.
you're most welcome.
Thank you.
We know that there has been a power struggle
Yes.
before the KCCA Act, and the KCCA Act has amended, and we've seen that there is a conflict of and very many sources of power struggles. Can you tell us how you tend to work with the executive and also the council?
The executive where? The KCC executive?
The executive, in this case, I mean the central government,
The central government.
and also the council. How do you tend to balance the power conflict?
Yeah. Actually, the struggle between the conflict between Mr. Museveni, our president, and Lukwago, the road mayor, for 10 years, I've been behind the curtain and I've been so much affected. My businesses have been closed down. I'm a mechanic and I sell spare parts. In Chiseka market, that place was closed down. In a Wusafi area, that place was closed down. We were working there.
Mr. Woodrow,
So I'm coming to the point.
we are interested in you telling us the sources of the power struggle and how we intend to harmonize those conflicting interests.
Mr. Lukwago has been always saying that he cannot manage doing the work because the central government is denying him the money to do the work. But I myself have friends in the Arab world. I go there. I can reap money from there and collaborate with the government. That Pope is the government. We have this money from the oil money from the Arab world. We can use this money. In case you fail to give us the money from the central government, we have other sources where we can get the money and do the work.
You're not answering my question. We are interested in the source of the conflict in the power struggle between the central government and the local council, and how you intend to harmonize that. We are not asking you how you intend to solicit money from whatever sources you have. Can you tell us how you intend to harmonize the conflict in power at KCCA and the central government?
Actually, I've not come in KCC to fight. Any one of you, I tell you, don't expect me to be on the chair of Lord Mayor and you expect me to fight. I'm not going there to fight. Mr. Museveni has gone to school. I've also gone to school. At least we shall sit down and solve things and solve problems like people who are intellectuals.
Mr. Kubwa,
Yes, please.
take us through your experience in leadership, not particularly politics, but leadership.
My experience in leadership, I have an experience of over 15 years as a leader, because if you are a religious leader, you are a leader too. This one comes to you and brings you to a problem to solve it, and I don't have the money, and I know a certain rich guy has the money. I can get the money from someone. I send the money to the needed, and in that way, that is leadership. So I can manage to solve someone's problem
Mr. Woodrow,
without this one understanding.
have you understood the question? Take us through your experience in leadership.
In leadership, I've been at the council, at the Guild Council at Maltech Business School. I was there one time. I was elected without asking power because they thought they knew I can manage.
What was the position? That's what you want to
The
know.
position?
Yes.
I was leading the faculty,
As
auditing and
who?
accounting.
As who?
I was leading the class
As who?
as a class leader, auditing and accounting at Maltech Business School.
Okay, what are the roles of a city mayor?
The city mayor,
Lord.
to develop the city with the people in the city. Actually, I was telling people that we can leave Kapala and we make a city somewhere else. So development with the people.
Mr. Woodrow, in light of the National Development Plan and the challenges that KCCA faces in terms of drainage and garbage collection, what plan do you have
In terms of garbage collection and drainage,
in line with the National Development Plan?
National Development Plan. Actually, what I thought of what I've seen somewhere else outside Uganda, they have a bigger system that maybe in a period of 5 years you cannot manage. They have a system that you put the garbage here and it goes like in a pipe and it goes maybe up to Chitezi. But I can't promise you that in 5 years you can bring that system from somewhere to here in Uganda. In Kapala.
Okay. Tell us some of the values of no.
The values of no.
Yeah.
A totally zero free corruption, change of power in a good way, and change of power in good way, zero acceptance to corruption, and zero acceptance to nepotism and democracy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're going to sign our book. Then we will wait as we handle the next
I'm
candidate.
going to wait for the results
Thank you.
as we receive the next candidate.
I asked a question.
It's okay.
I've been hearing over many times that you also send people on the ground and they check your effort on the ground. I tell you, if you check in Kamocha here and the areas around here, even a child will say that that's a mayor. Lord Mayor.
Mr.
What are
Kubwa.
we
We shall do
Is that
that.
Mr.
position?
Kubwa,
Thank you.
the
Sign into the
Kamocha
book.
is okay for no voting you, but you are voted by the actual area of the whole Kampala.
Kapala. Sign in our book. Thanks for coming.
Thing of 9
We wish you the
parishes.
best.
Whatever will come out,
It's okay.
I don't mind.
This
28.
You keep around, eh? Have a
Keep
seat.
around.
Thank you.
Just have a seat in there.
Take your documents with you. This, please. Next candidate.
No, hold on. Let's
Wait.
There are two.
Black lives matter. Ghetto lives matter. Black lives matter. Ghetto lives matter. I live in the ghetto town of Ajja, but I'm confident to take the seated chair. I spoke 4.5 material university. Though I live in Cambodia, I know what it means. An accountant. People did not believe me in the first semester. They became my friends in the second semester when I got up the performance of 4.38. So, if you don't mind where I come from, I'll leave that here.
Council.
Thank you.
Next candidate. Kapala. Yeah. Hey. I don't know what to be down, but. Nabadde nakuweerezaako WhatsApp. Tutamaliza meya wa Mabweka, tena zenda
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you.
Isaac, nataka mteme na
Please lay your documents on the table.
This is the vetting committee. The chairperson, welcome Mercy. It's Commissioner Alex. This is our council. It's Commissioner Rema, Commissioner Tony. And we are going to take you through the process. Am I allowed to not? It's okay. So hand in your academic papers, national ID, membership card to the council.
Name is Nabiirah.
Academic. The originals, yes. Let me give you the original.
Highest level is a Masters of Arts in Public Administration and Management.
Masters.
Of Arts in Public Administration and Management.
Okay, 16 membership card is
1611
1611
53.
53. NIN number is CF 72 10 11 01 T 1 double K. Are we there?
Yeah.
Okay, position. The position you are contesting for?
Lord Mayor of Kampala City.
Lord Mayor. Metro area, Kampala. District.
Sub-county.
Sub-county.
Machineri, Division West.
Village.
Katuso.
Katuso.
Parish.
Buziga.
Place of birth.
Kampala. Chiwafu Kansana.
Current residence.
Katuso Buziga.
Expression of interest is there with us.
You're most welcome, Madam Nagai. We have a series of questions, and we're going to start with the issue of women and children in Kampala. You've been a woman representative in Kampala, and we know that the plight of women, and especially the children on the streets. And we also know there have been very many policies to address the issue of street children and the plight of women in Kampala. From your background as a woman representative in Kampala, what is your plan in light of the national development plans and in light of the constitutionalism aspects of equality of all parties to address the issues facing street children and the plight of the ordinary woman in Kampala?
Yes, I want to thank you for the opportunity and for also receiving me at NOP headquarters and availing me the opportunity to interface with you physically. I was elected as a woman MP of Kampala in 2006, and after elections, I took stock of what was in Kampala. I realized that everyone was talking about government, human rights, but the human rights of children I rarely addressed. And there was a scourge, it was like almost an inferno of street kids, and mostly they were from Karamoja. So in 2007, I took it upon myself to look at these children and ask why they're on the street. At first I thought it was so easy because I thought, well, KCC has, the Community Development Office or department. I said, I'll call them and tell them why these children on the streets. So they said, well, they are not delinquents. And our policy handles kids who are, Naguru Remand Center. These are not criminals. So when I realized that KCC had just in its docket kids who were unmanageable and were taken to Naguru Remand Home, I said, these are not criminals. They are children. They're just on the street. So I said, okay, this one is cancelled. I looked at all NGOs that are registered, and I made a list of them. And I realized that most of them were telling me, yes, we are in Uganda, but we are not in Kampala. So I said, okay, which NGO works for the people of Kampala? To cut the long story short, I realized that it was well-wishers like KPC, Watoto, that were handling children. There is dwelling places. I am acquainted with every place in Kampala that handles children, vulnerable children. So I realized that I cannot ask what I cannot give. And I tickled my colleagues in Parliament then and said all leaders from Karamoja should resign. It made headlines. My colleagues attacked me and said, why should we resign? I said, why is it that kids from Karamoja, not from Teso, not from Bunyoro, not from Acholi, not from Barara, not from Mitiana, but kids from Karamoja and one sub-county. So that agitation actually, nationally, started the process of the First Lady, who was then Minister of Karamoja, to get involved. My colleagues in Parliament got involved. Those kids had been whisked from the street and taken to Kampiringisa, which was actually abuse of those rights of children, because Kampiringisa is for delinquents who are youth. So that agitation led with others to the formation of Cobbling Center.
Okay, I will take you through the next question. We know that KCCA has about 3 power sources. We have the executive, we have the technical branch, who are the technocrats in the KCCA, and we also have the local councillors. In the past, there have been a lot of conflicts in between them. How do you intend to balance the conflicting power sources within the KCCA?
I think adherence to the law starts with the person who has sought office. The Local Government Act, which is the mother law of local government, and the KCCA Act, which is in harmony or should be harmonized with the Local Government Act together with the Ugandan Constitution, clearly outlines separation of powers.
What do you think is the problem between the Local Government Act and the KCCA Act?
It was the fusion of the council with the executive, the council and the executive. That was the main problem. The separation of powers docket was never addressed. And when I saw that, I realized there is going to be a clash. It's like saying the president will be the speaker of parliament. So that was the problem at KCC, that where the Lord Mayor was still the speaker. So if a councillor had an issue with the Lord Mayor, who would address it? Which council? Because they would still find him in the chair of the speakership.
So are you ready to confront that darkness, or you are coming with a different light?
I think my journey in politics has prepared me for it. I was a councillor, LC5. I had a chairperson, that was in Wakiso, Ian Cheyune. There was a speaker. And actually, you cannot avoid conflict with politicians working together. But the system of like council and the process addresses that. Clashes with the Lord Mayor. The councillor will petition the speaker to talk about that issue. So the problem in Kampala was if someone had an issue with the Lord Mayor, the petition was taken to the Lord Mayor.
Madam Nagali, What is your vision for Kampala in light of the National Development Plan, in light of garbage, traffic, and the general congestion?
But those directorates feed into ministries. So about the traffic jam, a lot, ordinarily, other cities have their own police department. In Uganda, we still have one police, the Uganda Police Service. So in order for the traffic jam to be handled, I think the Lord Mayor, the technical wing, and the ministers in charge of works and internal affairs should sit together and say, how do we harmonize this? Because as Lord Mayor, you don't have your own police department or traffic. You need to humble yourself and call and see that it works. Call the minister, say, can I really have a meeting with you? Can you call for me your head of department or head of traffic? And we sit in a meeting with someone from the Minister of Works, together with the director of physical planning. So I think that would sort the traffic, the harmonization of departments that crisscross and cut across.
There are allegations that you're not a royal politician. You keep dilly-dallying with the regime against your former parties. Do we expect the same Nagai?
I can say that I've been opposition, and the choice of being in opposition is mine. No one has coerced me to stay in opposition. I'm in opposition by choice. I'm a member of parliament of FDC for 3 terms.
What is your loyalty to the aspiring president, Robert?
That one, I think, is a breath of fresh air, I can say. I think the intrigue, the doubt, the mess, the propaganda that has killed the opposition, and the intrigue, the backstabbing, I think he's not been involved in it. So for me, I feel it's a fresh start, a new beginning, and I think that's hopeful.
Take us through your leadership credentials.
Well, I started out a humble councillor LC5, Machindi Sabagabo, which is a municipality now, Wakiso district. Afterwards, I formed the party, Social Democratic Party, because at that time it was individual merit. But I didn't believe that I'm a social democrat, by the way, by choice. I believe politics should serve together with social development. So I created that party because I didn't believe that NRM nor DP were my parties of choice, which existed at that time. And I started out as a candidate for SDP as woman MP for Kampala in 2005, until Yusuf Nsirambi and Dr. Chigun approached me and told me, please join FDC. Maybe that beginning, because it was towards nomination, I decided I said, you know what, the issue is not about parties. The issue is ideology. Do we believe in the change we want in Uganda?
Take us through the values of no.
The values of no are, I think, someone ought to be reliable, and something that touches me around those values is inclusiveness. That is something that has endeared me to know. Inclusiveness and loyalty and service.
Unless my colleagues have any other questions.
Madam Nabiirah, what can you mention that you have contributed to the struggle against King Museveni?
Oh, I can say I was the first victim of the brutality of the regime in 2007. When I was doing something simple, I was launching suggestion boxes for feedback from the constituents, where I was almost undressed. That was 2007. So if someone has been in the struggle, it's been me. 2, when the walk to work program started, I led, actually. I was the one who would plan. We would be in Gaba and prepare the ground. We would be in Kaimpe. Remember, FDC, which was leading that struggle then, had only one MP in Kampala. And it's me who could make access to say we are going here, we are going there. So in Kampala, it was concentrated in Kampala, and I was the only MP of FDC then who was seated. So other MPs from outside Kampala would ask me, where do you think we'll go? So I'd go and prepare the ground. I was the advanced team throughout that. So another one would be, I lost my driver. Someone would know there's a certain guy called Twalib Kakande, who was always with Bessie, but was my driver. He was hit, I think there was walk to work, and we were hit very badly in Mainua, around Bank of Uganda. He sustained injuries, but he was taken to Luzira. He was diabetic, and by the time he came out, he was buried in 2015. So I know firsthand what the struggle is.
Okay, we all know that you've been in FDC, so when did you join NOP as a party?
Well, I'm a very loyal person, by the way. So unless something significant happens, in FDC, I think there were issues internally, but you know, just like any other
Madam
organization.
Naga, the question is when did you join?
When? If you can give us the
I
period.
joined NOP about 2 weeks ago.
And have you participated in People Power before having no?
Yes. Actually,
and when did you do that participation? And
actually, I traveled. I booked myself a ticket to be part of the People Power Convention in California.
which year was that?
That was 2019.
2019, okay. Some small question. You have left FDC, and FDC has gotten a candidate. With the rig and the tenacity of the type of campaigns you are going to use, are you going to put a strong campaign to defeat the other person, or you are going to put a friendly fight?
I don't enter a contest to fail. Otherwise, I would be defeating myself for even starting. And it's not like the Lord Mayorship has been, a sudden aspiration. In 2016, I actually wanted to stand for Lord Mayorship. But the circumstances then were like the Lord Mayor had been taken out of office. I said, you know what? I want him to have 5 years and see what will happen if he spends the 5 years. It's happened. It has been 5 years. So for me, I think I am woman MP for Kampala. I contest in 5 divisions. I've contested in 5 divisions for 3 terms. The constituency geographically is the same. The voters are the same. The only difference is the office.
Thank you very much.
I would ask, how do you relate the current leadership in Kampala?
Well, mine is, I always give opportunity to anyone in office. And you'll see my tenure, I've never clashed with someone who's been given a responsibility. But when I see issues that are not managed well, I say, well, the time the people give this person a mandate, I'll be patient with them. I'll allow them to fulfill their mandate until a time such as this one, when I can say, no, I think it's my turn to do what I think could be done right.
Madam Naga, I think for your time. You may sign and have a seat somewhere. The results will come in soon.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
No one will let down. Aiza, usabe ndo za mugeo.
Abalabi ba Ghetto TV abalungi, oyo mukyala Nabiirah Naggayi nga y'omu ku baagala okuweebwa fulaga ya National Unity Platform era nga amaze okuva mu kakiiko aka vetting. Olunaku olwaleero bakabeerawo babiri, kuliko Sali Kadra, Sheikh gwe twasoose okulaga, muganda waffe omusiraamu, Sali Kadra nga y'omu ku basoose vettingibwa abaagala ekifo ekya Lord Mayor. Bwe tuvudde ku Kadra, ate ne waddawo omukyala Nabiirah Naggayi Sempala nga naye amaze okuvettingibwa. Be bantu babiri. Essaawa yonna tulinze kulaba ani gwe balangirira kubanga results bavaawo olunaku lwaleero nga bamaze okuzifuna. Kankutwaleko okulaga ekatebe abantu bano we batudde era we bali ready okureceiving results zaabwe, okulaba nga ate munange bavaawo bategedde ani agenda ofuna fulaga ya National Unity Platform. Oli ku Ghetto TV okulaba nga tukuweereza embeera yonna nga bweri. Oyo omukulu asooka ataddeko gaalubindi mu nnyambala y'Ekisiraamu ye mukulu Sali Kadra, nga yayagala okufuna kaadi ya Lord Mayor wa Kampala Capital City. Amudiridde mu bimyufu y'omukyala Naggayi Nabiirah Sempala nga naye ava ku vetting alinze results. N'olw'ensonga eyo tetusuubirayo muntu mulala, naye nga tukyalindiridde okulaba oba waliyo omulala eyeesoolayo okuvuganya ku kaadi eno. Bano bonna balindiridde okulaba ani gwe bawa results. Njagala okutumirako Mukono Yusuf obubaka tubulabye. Joy Janat agambye temugeza, sitegeera ki kitutageza oba kye batageza. Hello NRM Molo, you are gone through. Obubaka bungi. Aisha Asa, abamu banoonya ntondo, obubaka naawe tubulabye. Webale kubeera ku Ghetto TV. Waliwo omuganda wange bamuyita Semmambo, naawe obubaka mbufunye bulungi nnyo. Waswa Shani agambye oba lwaki ekigambo mbega kinene, nkutegedde. Webale kubaako mulondo, naawe obubaka mbulaba. Mwebale kubeera ku Ghetto TV. Abo bolaba abatudde awo kuliko omwami Sali Kadra alindiridde okubanga alangirirwa, era ne Nabiirah Naggayi Sempala naye alindiridde kubanga alangirirwa kwabo abagenda okuvaawo olunaku olwaleero nga bafunye kaadi ya NUP. Gye tubadde tukulaga ebibuuzo ebibadde bibabuuzibwa oba vetting, koyinza okuyita akasengejja oba akakuŋŋunta ke bayiseemu okulaba nga kubaako wakiri agenda ne kaadi eyo ba fulaga eya National Unity Platform. Abolaba abeebuuzizaako bonna baagala fulaga babiri. Olunaku tetunnafuna muntu wa kusatu. Bakandeete bonna babayise okulaba nga baweebwa fulaga. Katulabe ani gwe bagenda okuwa results.
The results are in. We've had two candidates, Sali Kadra and Naggayi Nabiirah. Sali scored as follows from Judge 1, 30 points out of 50, Judge 2, 18 out of 50, Judge 3, 20 out of 50, Judge 4, 19 out of 50. So total score is 87 out of 200, which gives you a percentage of 43.5%. Madam Naga, you scored as follows: Judge 1, 32 out of 50, Judge 2, 46 out of 50, Judge 3, 43 out of 50, Judge 4, 45 out of 50, giving a total score of 166 out of 200. I now hand you over to the chairperson to make the final declarations.
Yeah, with the powers vested in me as the chairperson, Election Management Committee, I hereby declare Nabiirah as the winner of this. So we are not the final, but we are going to forward your name on the board so that for further processing.
Thank you.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Results zigenza okufuluma ziraze nti omukyala Nabiirah nagayisa empala yavuddewo ne flag eno. Weewaawo omulabi wa Ghetto TV Nabiirah nagayisa empala avuddewo ne kaadi eno naye bamutegeezezza nti si be benkomeredde, bagenda kuba bongerayo erinnya lye mu bakulu mu kakiiko akalala, bongere okumwekenneenya bamulangirire ekisembayo. Weewaawo.
Eddie bijjene webipande. Faru. Webipande abajje.
mujene mabega.
Neda. Okay.
Tugende mu maaso.
Mujewo k'ebipande. Kati abudu bahandolinge bakakale. Ayina microphone omalala. Kala malabozi. Today is a fundamental shift in the politics of Kampala. I'm so honored the National Unity Platform has vetted me and have emerged the successful candidate. It is an honor because I think Kampala deserves a fresh start, as well as Uganda. New president, new Lord Mayor. So I think that is important because whatever has happened, but a new president deserves to have his mayor in the city. So we cannot Honorable Kyagulanyi, the presidential candidate of NUP, win and edged out of Kampala, his capital city. So I think my candidature reassures Ugandans that when they give their vote to Mr. Robert Kyagulanyi, they are sure City Hall. As a woman MP, I've served 3 terms, and because of democracy, not because I could not go back and compete, but I think overstay is a problem in Uganda. So after 3 terms, I want an able young lady to take over. I was energetic at that level, but my experience now, I cannot repeat the experience in the same position. I am seeking an executive position where Kampala City can have a fresh start, ideas that are backed by experience. And I'm glad I've realized that parties have lip service when it comes to women occupying big positions. Actually, they challenge you. After my nasty experience with my former party, I had decided to be independent. But like luck could have it, like opportunity could knock at your door, NUP suddenly had a vacancy for the position of Lord Mayor. I said, Nabiirah, can I miss this opportunity? I said, no. Let me try my time. Let me try my luck. I have all the qualifications. I have the experience. Who better to serve NUP and the young people, including women and children, other than Nabiirah Nagaisempala? So I want to assure the nation that this wave, this revolution, is also going to involve women. And I'm there as a symbol that NUP will work with women, that NUP has, respect for women and does not patronize them. Say, oh, can you manage? No. So the loss for the other party is a gain for NUP.
Nabiirah oye! Nabiirah oye!
So I want to assure Ugandans that we are not going to just talk. There are things that should work out. Our youth and residents of Kampala should feel that they have someone in office, someone who's not like an absentee landlord. I'll occupy, I'll serve to the best of my ability, and there will be no excuses. Like I said, I bring a smile to City Hall, not tears. Thank you so much. You see very well that when you have the preliminary results and they've announced them to you, I'm going to sit around until I have that paper in my hands. Like I said, I came to stay. Mchala wali, Mama Kampala wali. So I'm here, and the election, I could not, sit on my joy and say, what will happen. So that's why I've addressed the press. The excitement is palpable. I'm excited too. You know what happens when you are harassed? I think NUP has actually reduced on the mental stress that had been put under by my former party, where there were insults, there was, underhand methods. I've never gone through what I went through here for vetting. This is a new one. People want to do it behind doors, then they come out and backstab you undermine you, spread propaganda about you. And I think some people fear strong women. I'm so glad that Honorable Kyagulanyi embraces strong women. He does not diminish them.
Honorable,
Thank you.
spokesperson said that it will be a mistake for not to give you a card. What is your response on that?
No, but I think that is sour graping. Let them handle their business. NUP will handle its business. Ndi musanyufu nnyo okuba nti nno kye nayagaliza embazi Kibuyaga yasudde.
Enupu oye! Nabiirah power! Omukyala waali. Ekyagulanyi power!
Kati bannayuganda mwena mwalaba engeri gye nayisibwamu, gye navoolebwamu, gye nayisibwanga kasasiro, gye nayisibwanga omuntu atalina buvunaanyizibwa, ne banteera abavubuka abajja nkumpi baali baagala kungajambula. Naye lwaki? Ng'ekibiina kyange nzize kusaba kaadi nga bwe nzize wano olwaleero. Kye nasanga mu pate gye nakolerera, gye nsaavinze, efunye ssente zange. Nze alina ettaffaali ku headquarter y'Ajja Nankumbi, nayisibwanga omuntu ayita omuyise. Ne bataliza tiketi ne bagaba baagala giwa atalina mu pate. Ng'omukyala bw'abeera nagumira embeera, ne bakasuka ebintu, kasuka genda biki, naye omukyala taddiba bannange. Era ekyo ngumya abakyala bannange abali eyo. Embeera yonna gy'oyitamu kasita oguma todiba. Kiringa ng'okugamba nze emyaka 15 bwe buba bufumbo ngimazemu FDC n'abaana bangi. Naye omusajja teyagibala egyo n'ampisa bubi. Kati envuumulo gye yavudde, envuumulo ya NUP, pate y'abavubuka, pate empya, pate erina ebirowoozo ebipya ebisobola okuzimba Uganda gye yavudde. Ne ŋŋamba owaayi kandabe oba nange munnange pate empya esobola bwe nazze bannange. Njagala kubabuulira nti nyina essanyu, NUP enaazizaako essanyu ku mutima, enaaziza amaziga FDC ge yankaabya, naye mbagamba nti nze ndi wiina, ndi muwanguzi. Era nabawangulira ekifo emirundi eki. Naye olwaleero bajja kulaba nti kyerondera taba mubbi. NUP yakubyeko enfuufu munda bwennyirira. Nereeta kaadi mulaba ne kala simbi eno erabikako eragikako. Era mbagamba abadde balowooza nti bayisa omujenje kalu beetegekera akalulu ke batalabanga.
Omukyala waali. Omukyala waali.
Era ŋŋamba abantu agenda okweŋŋanga NUP team mu Kampala alina okujja ng'alina gaadi oba za mirundi emeka, kubanga nze sisimbula kulemererwa, nze nsimbula kuwangula. Ekyo nkikoze nabiri kansala first time nempitamu nengamba akangende wano. Naye kati kino ekifo tukyuse. Kati wabawo abantu abanyooma, omuntu n'onyooma president wa NUP, ate oyo yakajja yazze eyakusinza abakusinze. Era mbagamba nti ekipya kirabise mu Kampala. Abakyala kati bengamba abakyala naffe tugendeko mu ffumbiro lya City Council. Bannakampala, abavubuka, abaana, nze ng'omukyala ngenda kujjula ebibadde biremedde mu ffumbiro. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala. Wangi omusooke musirike. Waki? Kati nze kyendowooza kati njagala bagamba sirya njolesa mubiri. FDC ebadde endyamu kati mugenda giraba bwekogga.
Nabiirah oye! Nabiirah power!
Mugenda giraba bwekogga ku tiimu ya new president, new lord mayor, new beginning. Entandikwa empya, enkola empya, enkola y'abavubuka. Amanyi abakyala tutambula nnyo n'abavubuka. Nze nja kubeera maama ng'ate abavubuka bo batambuza omulimu. Nze kye ndowooza omusajja bw'asuulawo omukazi aba ayagala asiiwuuke, aba ayagala babeera nga bamulaba aliira kasasiro. Siriiridde kasasiro, sibadde ku luguudo, sisiiwuuse, ate envuumuulo gye ntutte. Kati nze mwe mbagamba nti nno nawonywe abakadde abo, abanyuunyuusi, abakozeseza obwereere, tebaagaliza, ayitamu gwe batta. Nze nja bagamba ekyabakyala nakyogera ddi. Owaaye bwe mbanga nze era nze natwala maama Mabira, Winnie Kiiza taliimu, balida b'opposition bonna be bakyaliwo. Abakyala ab'amaanyi, omusajja atuntuza tasigaza mukyala. Era bwe bankola FDC etuntuza abakazi. Era singa si Katonda nandibadde ndozo banfaanana ntya. Naye kana akanyiriro ka nnaku zino era singa mwandabyeko nadde sikyafaananika naye munnange bw'ofuna ekipya era kikulabika. Bale nnyo mwebalire ttala.
Omukyala waali Nabiirah oye!
Byebyo ebigambo bya Nabiirah Naggayi Sempala abadde omubaka omukyala owa Kampala. Ngono yabadde omubaka omukyala owa Kampala. Wabula essaawa zino aze okuvuganya ku kifo kya Lord Mayor. Abadde ku vetting, bamuvetinze olunaku olwaliro, abaddeko ne Sali Kadra, naye munnange bw'atyo n'awangula Kadra. Naye kaadi eno wadde nti yayiseemu era nga ye flaga bearer, abakulira akakiiko k'ebyokulonda bamutegeeza nti bagenda sooka bongereyo obuwanguzi bwe eri olukiiko olukulu tuyinza odduyita olwa senita. Alugaye nti ne wano waliwo olukiiko lw'abasenita abagenda okwongera okumwekebejja, okumwekenneenya ate olwo alangirirwe mu butongole nti Nabiirah Naggayi Sempala ye muwanguzi wa kaadi eno. N'olw'ensonga eyo Ghetto TV yo ebaddewo okutuusaako embeera yonna nga bweri. Eyo vetting y'aba Lord Mayor okulaba ate nga waliwo adda mu kifo Nkyalativu Sebagala kye yavuddemu n'asuulawo munnange mu bulungi n'ategeeza nti kayeeyongereyo agende akole emirimu emirala. N'olw'ensonga eyo mwena abalabi ba Ghetto TV, ffe nga Ghetto TV embeera zonna tujjagenda maaso okuzikutegeeza n'okutegeeza biki ebigenda mu maaso. Ghetto TV bwetyo bwebadde olunaku olwaleero tukyagenda maaso n'okuweereza okulaba biki ebigenda mu maaso. Nabiirah Naggayi Sempala yawangudde flag eno munnange ate nga naye nga akyalikako akakukolezako sooka otwala erinnya lye mu kakiiko akakulu okumwongera okumwekenneenya. N'olw'ensonga abalabi ba Ghetto TV mwenna tubaagala nnyo yonna gye muli. Njagala kutumirako ku Ruth Bobi Hard, webale kulaba Ghetto TV muganda wange. Njagala okutumirako ku Shami wa Bobi, webale kubeerako Ghetto TV. Muvule Muhagan nawe webale kubeerako Bukenya. Derek webale kubeerako Henry, webale kubeerako Ghetto TV muganda wange. Eyo embeera eri wana abalabi ba Ghetto TV olunaku olwaleero okulaba nga twekenneenya buli kimu nga bwe kitambula.
Aisalo omulungi. Akajja tuwabika tuba babiri ketaaga wano weewano. Wangi? Kubwa sana. Wewe ndio mshirika.